Hey guys, welcome back. Episode 2. While we were doing everything else, our crops grew. So I think what we're going to do quickly is, these are already analyzed. So now we can start trying to hybridize these guys and get some better seeds on the 2 that we've already got, or I guess it's 3, aren't there? That we've already got them. So we'll do that. And then these other guys, we can grab these and make seeds out of them. Oh, ha. Can you probably see over there too? I started a bit of work, moved all of our stuff inside here, made a little forgery type thing here. So we've got our coke oven and we've got our itsy bitsy tiny little smeltery. Haven't done anything with it yet. Still got the empty tank and the bucket here. We're going to do that together. Moved our little station over here. Just trying to get a little more organized, get a little stuff together, have it make a little bit more sense. So that's what I've ended up doing. Looks alright for now, but there's going to be a whole lot more to come. And then I put torches all around our area because there's a bunch of people on the server now, and you can't always sleep through the night, and zombies and everything else come along, and it is a nightmare. So we get that going. Now let's see if we can get some more of these guys up. These are all just going to be one-on-ones because we haven't done much with them yet. Oh, looks like this guy grew already. Alright, I'm going to have to make one of those things. Hold on. We'll do that in a second. Once we get there, one step at a time. Oh, look at that. We're not going to have enough. There we go. So I guess we'll just get all the crops planted up and spread out these guys, and we're going to make the little thing. What's it called here? Little rake thing. How do you do that? A fence post and a stick. Alright, that's easy enough. No, it's not, because I just changed them all to crop sticks. So why don't I get that all set up? I'll get these guys going, and you know what we have to do next is we have to go fill this with some lava. I was looking on the little mini map here. I really still haven't traveled very far yet, but it looks like we've got a little bit of a lava lake over here. It's going to be a lot easier to just dry up that lake than try to find lava underground at this point. So that's what we are going to do. Okay, so that's all the duplicates here, and now we've got the rake and we got this guy. So let's see if we advanced our stats at all on our tomatoes, and we'll hope for the best. No, nothing at all. Complete garbage. So we'll throw him into the river, and these guys are both mature, so we should be able to get some sort of hybrid going on eventually. None of the others have got going, so it's time for some lava then. And that was over in this direction here. Probably wasn't the best idea to do this at night. We are surrounded by creepers and spiders and skeletons and everything else. And we're probably going to get shot into the lava. But what's life without a little adventure, right? So let's get this filled up so that we can start making tools better than the stone ones, because I really don't have the patience to repair it every time you dig out a little bit of a hole. Okay, so I guess first up is let's get our aluminum brass going so that we can start making some molds. So that is what, 3 to 1, and with only 2 slots, that's going to take a while, isn't it? Alright, so we've got the first bit of aluminum brass going here, enough to make our ingot mold, and we're going to need to make the stone tool heads so that we can put them in there and get molds for them. So let's go ahead and do that. I guess we'll just make each one. For now I'm not exactly sure what tools we're going to make out of what. We'll figure that all out, but it can't hurt to have all of the molds that we're going to need. I put a little pattern chest in the floor if you didn't see that. So that gives us one. Now how many did we make here? Okay, so we've got 6. That's going to be enough for everything we need. I'm going to get confused which ones I've already done. Let's try to make this make sense. So these 2 will be last. That there. And one final one there. And we are going to need a bit of iron as well. So let's just get that cooked up here. Iron's always useful. And let's get our aluminum brass out of there so we can save it if we need it in the future. I don't think it mixes into any other alloys, but you know, we'll hold it for now. We'll put these in here. And once we've got the iron cooked up, what we're going to do is we're going to not cheat, but we're going to get alumite the easy way to start off. Is we're going to use the tank. We're going to make a little engineer's hammer to dump the lava right into our tank here, and then you dump water in there, and that's how you can get molten aluminum into your smeltery. I mean molten obsidian into your smeltery without being able to dig up the obsidian. And then you mix that with some of this iron here and some of the aluminum. I hope we still have. Yep, we do. And that's going to get us our alumite tools so that we're going to be able to mine everything pretty early on here. So let me get that all set up and we'll see how it works. Okay, so now we're ready to go. We've got 1 bucket of lava left in the tank. So we can put that on top of the drain here. Smash it with our hammer. And that'll put lava into here. Now we can go grab a bucket of water, leaving the tank up there. Put the bucket into the tank, it'll go into the drain, and that gives us molten obsidian 2 ingots in there, mixed with 2 ingots of iron, and 10 ingots of aluminum is going to give us plenty of alumite to make a bunch of tools. So with only 2 slots, it's going to take me a little bit to get this all melted up, and then we'll get some tools made. Alright, I got us a fresh tank of lava, and we've got a bunch of stuff smelting up. We got 3 alumite from the 1 bucket, so I did another one, and we're going to get some more. The tool binding, I can't remember if that's best made out of wood, or if alumite's going to give us some more durability. So I think we'll probably just end up going with wood, because I don't think we're going to use these tools for too long. But it will be nice to have them. Speed things up and enable us to mine all of the resources instead of having to stop when we hit diamond and all the stuff that we actually want to collect. So let's go with that. We'll put the rest into ingots because we're gonna want to be able to repair our items, of course. So that's why I'm making up some more of it. And there it is there. We'll let that go. We will go into the... Well, first we're going to need some more sticks. Then we'll head into the tool station. Nope. The parts builder, so that we can make this out of our last piece of wood here. That was odd. I'm not even sure what happened there. Guess we had a stone shard left behind. That'll go into there. Our part builder, and now we'll finally have a semi-decent pickaxe to play with. And we'll get this. We're not going to bother making the, what is that? The mattock. It doesn't matter. I mean, how often do you really use that thing? You get your farmland going once and then you're done, so we're not going to bother making a better one. We'll put the old tools in here because you never know if you break these, run out of alumite in a pinch. Might be nice to have the old ones. But we're looking pretty good now. What I also did, I made this double compressed cobblestone here, because what you may or may not know is you can cook cobblestone in here and then pour it into ingot casts and get seared bricks, and that's how we're going to make our smeltery bigger without having to go find a whole bunch of clay, a whole bunch of gravel, a whole bunch of sand, and waste our time doing that. We just, the cobble we got while we were mining, compressed it up, and I'm going to let that cook up, and I'm going to pour it into some bricks, and we're going to make this thing a lot bigger so that we don't have to do 2 ingots at a time, because I want to get all the stuff cooked up and I want to get our resources going. So that's the next project then, isn't it? I guess while that's cooking up, it's as good a time as any is to go look at our crops, see if we've got anything else growing over here. We're also pretty much out of food completely, so these crops are going to have to start to sustain us, and we're going to have to hope that we start getting some improved crops, because the ones that we have aren't producing enough food that when we go mining and we come up here hungry, this isn't enough food to refill us. We're still not getting anything good out of that tomato. Wait, is that the other one? Yeah, unidentified. I just did the wrong one, didn't I? I don't know, I didn't see. Were you guys paying attention? Yeah, there we go. So we got 2 growth, 2 gain, and I think both of these are all 1s. So put the good one in there. We'll throw away the old ones. We have a tomato to eat for later, and once this grows, hopefully we're going to start hybridizing these guys and getting some better ones. But the rest of these should all be grown and ready to get some double crop sticks going here, so that we can start improving these as well. Let's just make sure that they're all mature, because if they're not, then I don't think it works. I don't know exactly what happens, but we're not going to find out. So we got this. We'll identify him in a minute. And same with that one there. And both of these are mature. And we ran out of crop sticks, but we've got plenty of wood on us, finally. So let's just make a bunch of these guys more. Do that. And the cotton we're just going to start stockpiling in here, because we are going to need it eventually. The pumpkins too, I guess we'll save them for now. And these are our 2 seeds that we need to see if we got any advancement on. Alright, we did get some advancement out of that there. And we got nothing out of the cotton, so we will throw the cotton into the river with all of our junk, and we will mow down one of these pumpkins and plant the new one in there, and throw out the old pumpkin seeds so that we don't keep getting them confused and end up with stacks of seeds, because once their stats change, they don't stack together like this, and it just becomes a huge mess and a waste of chests for seeds that you're never going to reuse anyway. So we've got all these going. We have to put another one on here and hope for better results out of our cotton next time. But let's go check on that cobble and see what happened. I hope that I didn't put too many, because it can only... Oh, alright, it did work. Because you can't, if you put like a quadruple compressed one, there's not enough room in the smeltery for it to melt, and it just stays up here forever. But it looks like we're going to get 10 blocks out of this, which is going to be more than enough to expand that. So let me get all of these poured out and get this expanded out a little bit bigger so that we can start really cooking up the ores. Well, we got that all cooked up and poured out, and we were able to expand it a bit. We now have 8 possible things to cook our resources up in. That will certainly speed it up, because I think the next bit is going to be to go mining, gather a bunch of resources now that we can sort of cook it up quicker and more efficiently. And we do need to get, well, we don't need to do anything. What we want to do next is get a little bit of basic power going, and I think we're going to do that with one of the water wheels, which these are pretty easy to make because all it really takes is this treated wood and treated wood sticks. So we've got a bunch of that because we're making it out of the coke oven. We got all the creosote going, and the only hard part is this iron shaft, which is going to take a block of iron. That's pretty easy, but we got to run it through a metal former. So our mission is going to be to make this metal former. And to make a metal former doesn't look like it's too difficult, except we need an assembly table to be able to make the bits that we need. So to make an assembly table, we are going to need a bit of obsidian and diamond, hence going mining. Shouldn't be too difficult. And then the assembly table needs the laser to power it, and that is just a few of these guys here and these electron tubes, which takes more diamonds, and a thermionic fabricator. I think that's how you say that. Which, that's actually pretty easy. Some gold, gold chest, sturdy casing, which is just some bronze. So it's going to take quite a bit of resources for us to get to our water wheel. And also to get there, as we saw, we need to make the metal former, but we need to power the metal former. We need to power the thermionic fabricator. So we're going to do that easily with probably the survivalist generator. That's kind of the easiest. It's just some coal, some furnaces. This shouldn't be too bad to make. The power is really slow. It's nothing we're ever going to want to run off of, but it should be enough power to get our water wheel going. So I've got a ton of mining to get done to gather up all the resources to start putting these machines together and making some progress. So we're going to head down into our mining hole. Oh, while we were doing all that, I guess our crops grew. So let's take care of some crops. Let's get these going once again, and then I guess we'll be off and mining. So I'm putting everything away to go mining, and food is a huge issue because we are constantly hungry. And I saw the nutmeg off in the distance here, and I went to go gather some up, and there was a little berry bush over here which gave us blackberry and 2 blueberries, and that is going to be huge for us because those you can juice, and the juice restores like 2.5 or 3 chicken wings, which is awesome. And then these guys here you can just turn into the Pam's Harvest Craft seeds, and you can get up to you know, the same thing we're doing with our crops over here, but they're a lot better food source than the things that we're going with. So I think we are going to give up for now on our cantaloupe and on our bell peppers, and we are going to make these our berries, because that is going to be a lot better off for us. I was just collecting up all the foods that I saw running around trying to get enough to go mining, and these are the best ones that I came up with, so these are going to be far better than we were working with. We'll put these back in here. We'll get back to them later. Just, it's always good to have a bunch of everything. But for now, I just want to bring as much food with us as we can, so while we're mining, you know, if we have to fight anything off, whatever, we should be okay. So we'll just collect all these up and off we go collecting resources. Okay, back from mining. We got a ton of resources, and I'm already sick of doing this manually. So what we are going to do is wait for a few more over here, and we're going to make a transfer node to automatically pull these things out. So let me see what I can remember out of this. We need some pipes first, so that's why we got the stone and the glass going. That's more than enough. So here we go. All we need is what? A chest, 2 more stone, which should be done now. We'll throw that on the floor for now. We're gonna make some barrels too, to put in most of our stuff, like cobble and all that we're gonna be just getting tons of, and we're not gonna clog up chests with it. We're gonna come up with more permanent storage solutions later on, but for now that's good enough. So we've got that, and then we need to put a clock on there, which I think is not changed. Yes, so just some redstone and a torch and some more stone, which means we have to cook some more stone. What? There, 8, that's what I wanted. Cook that up, and I guess we're gonna make 2 torches. Now we'll keep a stick in there. How many stone was it? 4? 4 stone. Should just take a minute here. We'll put that together, and we put the clock on top of this thing here, and it automatically sends the pulses to pour this out. For now we've got the copper in there, so let's do all that at once. We don't want to make any alloys that aren't needed. And we are going to make this bigger too, so that we can just do whole batches at once. Like a whole stack is what I'd like to be able to fit in there at one time. That way we're never really waiting around, throw a stack in, come back later, it's automatically poured out into ingots. Move on to the next thing. Why didn't that work? There we go. Because the stick was in there. So, yeah, there we go. Now that'll just throw all the ingots into there. Let's make that into a double chest. And then let's get a barrel going as well. So that's going to be what? 2 of these for some slabs. And a slab on top. That there. Alright, and that'll be our cobble barrel. We're just going to put it over here for now. Start up our barrels. There. Cobble, we'll lock it. And let me get the rest of this stuff cooked up. And then we start crafting. Well, well, well. We have put a ton of time. We finished building this building. I got this built up a lot more. I took all of the cobble we had, smelted it up, and then I needed some more. So I got more metals in there. And we've built that up completely. Back behind here, I have the ingot cast down there, and it just automatically goes. This is turn it off and on, and it all goes into here. Anything that doesn't have something to go into will head into there. We got that all set, and then I put another one out front just for the other casts that we need to get to, because this is way too hard to get in there. So we got gears, because what we were going for is our survivalist generator. So we needed the iron gear, which we've got set now. I think I've got pretty much everything. What are we missing from that? Got the iron gear, maybe the redstone I don't have in my inventory right now. And I think maybe everything else is ready to go. And we can put this together. So we'll put that together. Now this area is pretty much full with just our smeltery over here and our coke oven over here and our ingot storage. This is all just kind of temporary for now. Maybe this will stay here. It kind of looks nice by the window. So this generator is going to end up somewhere else, but for now we're just going to put it over here because it is very slow. So what we're going to do, we're going to use charcoal to fuel this thing because charcoal is renewable and we just chop down trees and cook them. But I mean, here we go. 5 RF per tick is all we're going to get out of it. So it's got 100,000 RF Q in here, and we're just going to let this build up. It's going to take quite a while, and then we can start making all of our machines to get to sort of our end goal of the water wheel, which seems so far away right now. And all of this has taken pretty much a whole episode just to get to. So unfortunately, I think we're going to have to wait to next time to get a water wheel set up. But I'm going to go do some more mining. I'm going to get us a bunch more resources. We're pretty good on our metals right here, but this isn't going to last long. I mean, this stuff goes quick, and the aluminum especially, we're already low on it. So I did also get a couple of aluminum berry bushes here, just 2 of them, but this works, by the way. This will block out all of the light, but you can still get in here to pick your berries when they eventually grow. So that's a good way to do it, and for now it's just right here because then we can just cook them up. The aluminum you can't craft for some reason. All the other berry bushes you can craft them into ingots, but the aluminum you've got to smelt into ingots, and I'm not sure if I'm missing something or if that's just how it is. But that was all that I could find to do. So we're well on our way here, but that water wheel, well, you're going to have to watch the next episode to see that one, because I'm out of here for now. Good night, everyone.